always worked hard. I was never lazy. I was always somebody that believed in hard work. And when I got to a point where that 7th grade teacher, it's in the book, and that 7th grade teacher talked about, finding what my passion was, and you'll have a star on your hands. And it was really validation for me at that point that I had that kind of potential. And so that's really, really where it started. And from that point forward, the mission was to find what I love to do and discover whether or not I can make a living actually doing it. And when it came to sports, obviously I was incredibly confident. I wasn't incredibly confident as a player per se, because even in college I was 5'9", 5'10", 130 pounds.
Wow.
You could blow me away for crying out loud. But I could really ball.
Yeah.
And so because of that, I had enough confidence to know that the skill set, which got me a basketball scholarship, which put me in a position to learn from a legend, not just about sports, but about life. I got the message. It's time to make new plans. And so the beauty of the business that I'm in, the business I've chosen to be in, is that instead of working around the clock trying to figure out what somebody else wants from you, good or bad, there are moments that crystallizes it for you in your mind. Pay attention and you'll see what they are.
Yeah.
And you'll know what to do accordingly.
Yeah.
Don't be scared to leave. Don't be scared to bet on yourself. You're going to be scared anyway, because it is scary. But at the same time, betting on yourself isn't always leaving. Betting on yourself is believing in you. Knowing who you are, what you're worth. Having an idea about it anyway. And willing to work towards that, to validate that reality. That's betting on yourself.
Right.
Whatever decision emanates from that is based off of you looking at you and saying, I'm going for it.
Yeah.
And that's why I wrote my book. That's why I have my podcast and all of this other stuff, because that's the point I reached. You should be scared if you're clueless.
Right.
You should be scared if you're ignorant to what you want to do, why you want to do it, and how you intend to go about achieving whatever aspirations you may have. You're supposed to, if you're going to overcome that fear at some point, knowledge is a part of the equation. So educating yourself about what it is your field is, what it is your aspirations are, whatever the case may be, the minefields that lie in wait, all of these different potential minefields, et cetera, et cetera. You got to know to educate yourself about those things, because you have no shot at overcoming it if you don't educate yourself. And last but not least, it's not just about educating yourself and knowing that you have company, but really the most important thing is really putting yourself in, and it requires like a literal, not just figurative, but a literal look in the mirror. Asking yourself how you will feel if you never try.
Ooh.
Asking yourself,
Yeah.
if I never try, if I don't go for this, where's that gonna leave me? When you don't do that, what you have done is refrain from challenging yourself to be all you could be. Because there's no one that can become all they could be without looking at themselves.
Absolutely.
Denzel Washington talks about consistency, the importance of consistency. You understand? You got to put in the work, you got to go for it. But you have to have consistency. Because without consistency and putting in the work, the dream is nothing but a dream.
Right.
And I get all of that. But you have to be able to look at yourself. And you have to be able to be honest with yourself and know when you mess up. Because when you mess up, Lewis, it's going to catch you. And what I mean when I say it's going to catch you is, at some point, you're going to look at you and you're going to say, I didn't try.